guys, Dan here.
Mick here, hello.
Welcome to That Pedal Show. Another thing I get asked all the time about, and I do feel a little bit indulgent doing it on That Pedal Show, but it's going to answer this question for a lot of people. It's about the pre and post gain thing on the G2.
But there is a wider point here, isn't there? Because it doesn't matter how you pre and post gain your pedal, the result is the same.
Exactly. This is about gain structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just so happens that G2 has pre and post gain in each loop, right?
Exactly. For each preset, you can change the pre-level and post-level of gain. So, for example, I'm going to get you to play through the Analog Man King of Tone. Right?
No! Couldn't we have found a good distortion pedal to use?
I hunted high and low. Right, so this is the Collings through the JTM45 and the Laser J, and the Analog Man King of Tone kicked in. That guitar sounds absolutely killer.
Doesn't sound rubbish, does it?
No, it's beautiful. Okay, so wonderful sounding overdrive pedal. Okay, what we can do now is using the same overdrive pedal, I'm going to boost the gain and the input, and then using G2, I'm going to control the gain on the output as well. Normally, if you boost the gain of the input, you will get more gain at the output. What G2 allows us to do is to boost that level of gain and then bring, like a master volume, control that level back down to where you'd normally play. So just to recap there, the pre is going to be controlling the level into the pedal. Exactly. And the post is going to be controlling the level into the amp. Yeah, exactly. So it's like a master volume, post gain like a master volume.
Yeah, so it's like having two volume controls on each side of your...
exactly.
I apologise for this.
No, that's fine. That's, hopefully between that and the Girl Singers comments of last week. Right, so...
I think we should do religion and politics next week, shouldn't we?
Awesome. Right, so, again, this is the King of Tone, and then I'm going to kick in the pre-gain with the post-gain sort of controlling it.
Okay.
Beautiful. So, you've got a gain increase from your pedal, but we're also able to bring the volume down to match the standard sound.
So that was doing nothing but except putting a clean boost in the front end of the pedal.
A very clean boost in the front of the pedal. We're lifting that gain up and then bringing that gain down.
Yeah.
But we can do the opposite. So now I'm going to reduce the gain at the input and then boost the gain at the output. So we get the standard pedal by itself.
So it's basically cleaning it up.
Exactly.
Right, which I think we would hear more of a difference on the Strat because it would be pushing the pedal in a completely different way.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Should we try that?
Let's make that happen.
Okay.
Okay, so standard sound with the Strat.
Bolder.
It's bolder.
More punchy.
Exactly. Now, what's happening there, because you've got the gain level set at a certain thing on the overdrive pedal, if we reduce the gain going into it, what that means is it's not going to compress as much. Okay, and that becomes more dynamic. All right, the pedal will still work, but it becomes more dynamic. So what we've had to do is, because we're reducing the gain of the input, the gain is also reduced at the output. So we increase the gain of the output. So I'll show you how it's done. Okay, standard overdrive pedal, have schwang. So now I'm going to turn on the pre-gain at the input. So at unity gain, there is no difference. So I'll turn it on and off, and you'll hear that the tone doesn't change at all, okay? Okay, tone stays exactly the same. But now if you keep playing, what I'm going to do is increase the gain at the input. Okay, now I'm going to turn down the gain at the output so we can match that volume level. And that is a sound from a pedal that just plugged into sounds like this. So with the pre-gain and post-gain turned on. Now let's do the other one, okay? I'm going to turn down the input gain. So the pedal just by itself. That's just awesome. Okay, so the pedal by itself. Now I'm going to turn on the pre-gain. Keep going. Now you see how that's got quieter?
Yeah, it's gone away.
Exactly,
Yeah.
so I'm going to turn it up at the output. Okay, so from the pedal that started out like this, you get this sound.
Chimier.
Yeah.
Cleaner.
Exactly.
Brighter.
Exactly. And you'll find more dynamic.
Yeah.
Because the input isn't compressing the same way it would be with your full guitar level.
Yeah.
So, this is about gain structure, okay? And the reason that we designed these amplifiers in G2 is so that, you know, sometimes you've got a pedal that just needs a little bit more love at the input, you know, and sometimes, you know, so a pedal like the King of Tone, it is wonderfully dynamic. And when you stack things with it, when you put boosters into it and treble boosters or whatever, it works so beautifully. So using the gain structure in G2 to manipulate the gain at the input and the output just give you a huge amount of sounds.
It basically turns your one overdrive into a multitude of different sounds. You might have an overdrive that's slightly too hot sounding, so actually what you want to do is tame it down a bit.
Yeah.
You might have a pedal that you really love the sound of, but it's just not quite enough, so you might want to give it a little extra kick.
Yeah, a lot of old fuzzers sound incredible, but their output is, you know, barely at unity when they're on max.
Yeah.
So using the post gain, if you don't want to change the sound of the pedal, you just want to give it some increased level into the amplifier, just turn it up using the post gain. But if you want to juice the front end of it, give it a bit more skank. Can I say skank?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So give it more skank, then you just, you know, you use the pre-gain. But see how balancing up those, you know, per sound just gives you a huge amount of...
And of course it's not just about overdrive. While the most obvious effect is with overdrive because it's changing the gain structure,
Of course.
It's equally applicable to modulations,
Absolutely.
maybe analog delays that push a bit harder.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
It's more obvious with overdrives, but you know sometimes you know, like let's have a listen to phase 90. This is actually a really good example. So I'm going to turn the phase 90 on. Here we go. And just some swing.
Nice.
You like that?
Actually, what we need is a bit more of a...
Now, I'm going to reduce the gain at the input of that and then boost it up on the output. Check this out. but can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
It doesn't go as deep in the modulation.
Yeah.
So it sort of reins the effect back, but it adds a bit of top end in there. You know. So yeah, absolutely applicable to a bunch of different things.
So what have we learned? G2 has got pre and post gain for each preset.
Exactly.
So you can boost things at the front end, after the pedals, or indeed reduce, just to give you a multitude of different sounds, especially from overdrives.
Exactly.
Very cool.
There you go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Indeed.